Welcome to the Folcs Conversation Series, Folcs Headline Series, Folcs Film Series, Folcs Trials and Error Series, Conversations on Essential Cinema.
I always feel like there's certain roles that if the story is good enough, it doesn't really matter if I stretch myself or if it's something new for me or not. It's really the story and what it has to say.
Is what you have is you have a system that works largely like a human body, and you infect it with code which makes it behave in a less than optimal way.
The things, especially in the past couple of years since we've gotten to the 6-3 lineup, the priorities that have been delivered by this court are extraordinary. The way the constitutional law has changed, the way I have to change my notes every year.
These women bring a really important critical edge to these great Enlightenment thinkers. They're bringing up issues that we often describe as postmodern. You know, and this was happening much earlier. This was happening contemporaneous with these Enlightenment thinkers.
I think women do have a special relationship with the law, and I think it's this. I think that for most of history, the law was used against women. It was weaponized to take away bodily autonomy, property rights, equality rights, the right to vote. And to be given that means that you had to fight for it.
Tonight, we should start with the good news that there is a soldier, if you have heard, that the IDF has managed to release in a ground operation. So I think we should start there because the spirits has been just a teeny bit uplifted in the country just to see her back safe, reunited with her family.
We have to work through this, and it's not going to be easy to work through. But we've had business cycles, we've had inflation, we've had recessions before. Ultimately, what's most important is to build the productive potential of the economy. And that goes back to fundamental investments in our people.
We have this system that actually gets rewarded by agitation and inflammation and anger and despair, and increasingly incoherent ideological conversations, while our communities are disintegrating before our eyes.
If banks were paid in debt instead of equity, bank executives were paid in debt instead of equity, how much of this recklessness might go away? Because if they're paid, the lion's share of their compensation is equity, and it is. They have every incentive to increase leverage, take more risk, especially if they're a big bank and know the government's going to bail them out if they fail.
Because we have forgotten what it means to be a human community. We have forgotten what it means to stand by fundamentally important human principles that can change not just their lives, but our own, because we have fallen out of touch with them.
I would just say that for all the horror and grief and terror of history, the thing that endures is love.